The Suncoast is full of Ohio transplants and Ohio State fans. So when I tell you only one college player has ever won the Heisman Trophy twice, I bet you know who I'm talking about. Archie Griffin went on to play 7 successful seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals, including playing in Super Bowl 16. So we are thrilled to sit down with him as part of our Super Bowl celebration. Welcome, Archie.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me here.
Fun to have you here. You are a fairly new Suncoast resident. Tell us how you chose us. How did you do that?
I'm fairly new. This is actually my third winter being here at the Suncoast, and I got here because of the love I have for golf. And, I found out when I was visiting here, because there's a lot of Ohio State folks around here. I mean, everywhere you go, there's Buckeyes. So that made me feel really welcome. But I love golf, and a good friend of mine, Bruce Cassidy, with Concessions Charities, he introduced me to the concession golf course, and I loved it. It's too hard for me, but I loved it. and I've been here ever since, trying to conquer that course.
Every golfer here wants to know, how many times a week are you getting out?
Well, I've got a little injury right now, so I can't get out much right now. But after tomorrow, I get a boot off my ankle.
Okay.
I'll start back hitting the ball.
Yeah.
And by the time that I have my golf outing here, I will be ready to play.
You will be ready, all right.
Yeah.
So
I
admit.
avoided the question. Did you know?
I did. He didn't tell me how many rounds.
No,
but as things get closer, I guarantee you, I will be out at least 4 times.
4 times a week.
That's
Did you hear that,
right.
Pam? 4 times a week.
I'm already a golfer, though.
Table.
Yeah, those two are never going to do it. I'm an unabashed college football fan. I have also a football mom of 3 boys. So the way the game is played is important to so many of us.
Right.
How has it changed since the 70s and 80s to where we are now on the field?
Well, it's actually gotten a little, I don't want to call it softer, but it is, because you cannot do some of the things that they were able to do during the time that I played. For instance, you cannot get hit in the head.
Right.
They kick guys out of the game for that.
Yeah.
You can't intentionally try to pull a guy down by his collar.
Right, horse collar.
Horse collar.
Do you like the changes?
I do, because it speaks to the safety of the game.
Yeah,
I think
there
it's
you
very
are,
important.
running people over.
But it's the safety of the game that's really,
Yeah.
really important. And you all know all the talk that's going on about concussions and whatnot. And those things are very, very important, because there's a lot of science being done on that right now, and they're finding out a lot of things. And it's important for the game to be safe. And I think at all levels, they're doing things to make the game safer. So I'm for that.
It's a tough balance. You want
It
to
really is.
preserve
It
the
really
game,
is.
but we do care about safety. All right, let's
Absolutely.
talk Super Bowl.
Okay.
You played in a Super Bowl. You had that experience of the night before, the week before. What are the first-time players, which are primarily the Eagles, have to point out, what are they feeling this week leading up to it?
Well, I guarantee you, they're nervous. They might say that they're not, but they're nervous, because this is the biggest game of all.
Right.
I mean, this is the time that only eyes are on this game. I mean, and that's huge. A lot goes on with the Super Bowl, the interviews, all that. I mean, it's totally different than it has been all year long for all of them. Now, New England's, they're used to it. I mean, this is, they're trying for 6 Super Bowl wins. They're trying to get another ring on the thumb, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Not on the thumb, but on the other hand.
Isn't it crazy that they're so dominant and they're so great that now everybody wants to see them lose? Isn't that the craziest thing? They're just awesome, and it's like, no, they've got everybody will be rooting for Philly if you're not from New England.
Well, I actually have to ask that one. Who are you rooting for?
I tell you, I root for where Buckeyes are, and we've got a young man who's actually been playing a lot of football, Malcolm Jenkins, is playing for Philly, and so I'm kind of rooting for them. It's going to be a tough go for them, because we all know that Brady has been absolutely phenomenal in quarterbacking the Patriots, and even when you think they're going to lose, he finds a way to bring them back to win. And so from my standpoint, I just think Philadelphia, they've got to be really, really aggressive and not pull back if they happen to have a lead. They've got to continue to pound and pound and put the nail in the coffin if it gets to that. I mean,
and what about mentally? If they end up behind, you know, what do you do in a game like this? What, if the other team scores first, do you think, oh no, or do you just have to
take you out?
Yeah,
no,
how's the mental game?
I don't think at this point, at this level, in this game, I don't think that the guys are going to get psyched out. I mean, to get here, they had to believe in themselves. And Philly, as well as New England, they both believe that they're going to win this football game.
Right. Mental matters.
That's exactly right. And when you think about Philly's defense, I mean, you don't underestimate them. They are truly outstanding.
And that's what it's all about.
That's exactly right.
You can't give Brady more than, what, 3 or 4 seconds
That's right.
in the pocket, or he's going to pick you
exactly.
apart.
And they've got to make sure that he's not able to step up into that pocket and throw that ball, because he's so experienced. He sees the field better than anybody. He tries to look you off, and so it's going to be a test.
Fun.
And he looks like a damn movie star, too. The whole package is.
You know where else mental matters? Out on the golf course. And the 2018 Archie Griffin Celebrity Golf Classic is coming up March 5th and 6th. This is a chance to play golf with some great football icons. We're looking at Will Allen, Eddie George, Joey Galloway, Keith Byers, all sorts of guys there. Bengals Isaac Curtis. You got your friends coming.
Oh, yeah, I've got some
We
friends
can't wait.
coming.
And you know
Louis
what? You support the Boys and Girls Clubs of Sarasota County by doing this.
This is my 3rd time hosting it, and it is, if you are a fan of golf and sports, you shouldn't miss this.
All right, concessioncharities.org. We can't wait.
And he's the star.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't rescue your handicaps. I was polite. All right, our Super Bowl celebration continues. We're going to take a look back at some ads and walk down memory lane.